Okay, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and this is another tutorial for GitHub. And in this tutorial series I'll be showing you how you can use GitHub, and this is an introduction to GitHub. And after that I'll be having a Laravel tutorial, and where I'll be using GitHub more intensively, and I'll be showing you all of that in this tutorial. So before we start, let me show you how you get a GitHub Git downloaded, because Git and GitHub are different things, but of course you use Git in order to connect with GitHub. So but you don't have to necessarily push your code or work with GitHub if you don't have to, but Git is just a version control that you can install. So you go to this URL and you download one of the setup if you are on Mac, if you are on Windows, and if you are on Linux, you download whatever version you are going to require on your platform. So once you have that, then you'll be able to, once you have the version of GitHub installed on your machine, then you can be able to play around with GitHub. So let me go to my document where I save let me go to my document and let me go to demo, and this is where I'm going to create a sample folder just to demonstrate the use of GitHub. So remember, the use of the GitHub itself is the way you can track the document change across the project. Let's say you have like 2 files, and you need to make sure that whatever change that happened on a document, you are able to see them, and if it is more than one person collaborating on a same project on the same document, you'll be able to see each individual change, and you'll be able to follow along that code base that is changing. So GitHub is normally used in software development, but you can even use it for other purpose, like there's some system that use it in terms of syncing and so on. But for this specific needs, we are going to only use it for development. So let me create another folder using, I'm on Windows, so most of the commands such as creating folder will be only related to Windows, but if you are on Linux, please feel free to comment on this video so I can create a video for you for your Linux environment. So mkdirl, which is a command on Windows to create a folder, and I'm going to call git intro. So this is going to create that folder for me, and I'm going to go inside it, git intro, and I'm going to initialize GitHub. So in order for GitHub to work with whatever project, for this case git intro is my project. So normally a project is a folder, any type of folder. So in order for GitHub to work on this project, which is named to be GitHub intro, I need to initialize the GitHub. So I need to tell GitHub, hey, you need to start recognizing this folder. In order for future change, please let me know what is going on inside this folder. So you can see that by running that command, the folder is already cannot be initialized because it is empty. So we need to put some content in that folder. So let me use this command cat, and this cat is a Linux command, but because I have already enabled the Linux command to work on my Windows, it's going to work just fine. So let me create this folder, this file, and I'll be able to create. Let me open the bash, the GitHub bash, and go to the same folder, and let me go to git intro demo and git intro. So with this command, with this git bash, I'll be able to use all the Linux command I want to use. So you can clearly see that we have the default, what we call the default branch, which is called main. So once we run ls, which is a command for Linux to list all the files content inside the directory, so we'll be able to see that we have nothing inside the folder. So let's use this command called cat, then say index.txt, for example. This command is going to create let me use this text.txt. This VM is going to create these files. So I'm going to go in insert mode and I'm going to put the simple comment, then I'm going to save the file. So after saving the files and run the ls command again, we can see that we have a simple files there. So this is just for me to be able to demonstrate what is GitHub and how it works. So once I run another command called git status, this command is going to show me what has been changed inside my project. So you can see that we have one file called text.txt, which is not already committed. So when we say committing, we are saying that so in order for GitHub to start recognizing the files, first of all we need to add it. So we need to either add it by specifying the file that we want to add, by saying git add, then the file name of which you want to add, then you add it and you run the command again. By now you can see that the file color has changed. This is like from the red color to green color. This is to say that the file is staged by now. So by staging means that it is ready to be committed in order for GitHub to keep the history of that file. So by committing it, it's going to write the history of the file, so that at every time in the history I can be able to go back to the same history. So today our date is 12/16, which means that I can be able to go back in time if I want to the same state of this file. So once we run the same command again, git status, we can see that we have nothing. Our repository, our project is clean, and we have nothing else to commit. But if we change the file, the same files again, and maybe change the content, let me go to insert mode and change some comment, maybe add something and save again. If we run the same command, git status, you can see that the same color changed from red. Now we have a file that is not committed, because the same file has changed, the content of the files has changed. So if we commit that, put the message of commit. To explain a commit message is anything that you will describe what you have done inside your project. Let's say if you have added comment to the file, this is going to be the description of what I have done on this file, which is going to serve as a documentation to other developers to understand what you have done inside the project, so that they can continue from where you left and move on. So if I commit that again and run the same command git status, you can see that our repository is again clean. So what we have covered in this tutorial is just an introduction of GitHub, to download it and install it on your machine, and after that initialize a GitHub repository inside your project, which can be a folder, any type of folder, and that folder need to have the files to keep track on. And we learned that we can commit, which is in simple words to describe what you have done inside your project, so that other developers can understand and move on with the project. So we have also run checking the status of the files, the work that has been done inside the folder. And I hope today that is enough. I'll see you tomorrow.